Welcome back to our channel. 1 cent, huge value. Discover rare pennies worth more than you ever imagined. Are you holding a hidden treasure? In 1988, the United States Mint struck millions of 1-cent pennies, just as it had for over a century. For most people, the 1988 penny was no different than any other penny that had come before it or would come after. It was small, copper-colored, and circulated as part of everyday transactions. Little did the world know, though, that one very specific 1988 penny, seemingly just another coin in a sea of millions, would go on to become a coveted and extraordinarily valuable piece of American numismatic history. What could make a simple penny from 1988 worth a staggering $137,000? How did this otherwise unremarkable coin go from being a piece of pocket change to one of the most prized items in the world of coin collecting? The answer lies in a rare and unexpected minting error, a mistake that would change the fate of the 1988 penny forever and propel it to a level of desirability few could have predicted. To understand the significance of the 1988 penny, we need to take a step back and look at the broader context of U.S. coinage. The 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, has been in circulation in the United States since 1793. Over the years, the design of the penny has undergone several changes, but the most enduring image has been that of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. The Lincoln portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner, was introduced in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's centennial birthday and has remained on the obverse of the penny ever since. On the reverse of the penny, a number of different designs have been used throughout the years. For the 1988 penny, the reverse still featured the iconic Lincoln Memorial, which had been in use since 1959. Designed by Frank Gasparo, the Lincoln Memorial reverse depicted the famous monument in Washington, D.C., as a tribute to Lincoln's leadership during the Civil War. As was customary for any year's minting of pennies, millions of 1988 pennies were struck in Philadelphia and Denver. Most of these coins, destined to circulate in the daily flow of American commerce, would never be thought of again once they left the mint. However, one particular penny from 1988, a rare anomaly, would attract the attention of collectors years later and become a sought-after treasure in the numismatic world. The key to the value of the 1988 penny lies in a minting error that would make it stand out from the rest. Minting errors are common in the world of coin collecting, and they are often the reason why certain coins become highly valuable. From double dies to off-center strikes and even incomplete designs, these errors can make a coin rare, unique, and incredibly valuable. In the case of the 1988 penny, the error in question was a particularly intriguing one: a misaligned die. A misaligned die occurs when the die, the metal stamp used to strike the design onto the coin, is not properly aligned with the planchet, the blank piece of metal that becomes the coin. When this misalignment happens, the design on the coin ends up being shifted, resulting in a coin with an off-center or distorted image. In the case of the 1988 penny, this misalignment caused the design to appear in an unusual position, making the coin visually distinct and highly sought after. When these misaligned die pennies first began to appear in circulation, they didn't immediately stand out to most people. They were simply odd-looking pennies, and many people might have brushed them off as nothing more than a slight mistake in the minting process. However, as the years passed, collectors started to take notice. Numismatists, or coin enthusiasts, are always on the lookout for rare and unique coins, and the misaligned die error on the 1988 penny did not go unnoticed. It wasn't long before the error penny started to make its way into the hands of collectors, and word began to spread about its rarity. For collectors, the rarity of an error coin is one of the key factors that makes it so desirable. While millions of pennies are minted every year, only a small number of misaligned die coins are produced, making them incredibly rare. The 1988 penny with the misaligned die error was no exception. In fact, only a handful of these misaligned 1988 pennies were minted, making them highly coveted by those in the numismatic community. As collectors began to seek out the misaligned 1988 penny, the demand for these rare coins grew. As with most rare items, the value of the penny began to climb. What had once been just another coin in circulation was now being sold at premium prices. The value of the 1988 misaligned penny increased steadily, and eventually, the price of some specimens reached astonishing levels. The key to understanding the value of the 1988 penny lies not just in the rarity of the error but also in the coin's condition. Like all coins, the value of the 1988 penny is heavily influenced by its state of preservation. A coin that has been kept in pristine condition, free from scratches, discoloration, or wear, is far more valuable than one that has been circulated extensively and shows signs of heavy use. As collectors sought out the misaligned die pennies, they were particularly interested in finding those that were in excellent condition. The value of these coins skyrocketed as the search for perfect specimens intensified. The 1988 misaligned penny represents the kind of serendipitous find that makes coin collecting so exciting. A small mistake during the minting process, one that might have otherwise gone unnoticed, transformed an ordinary penny into a rare and valuable treasure. The rarity of the coin, combined with the historical significance of the Lincoln Memorial reverse and the timeless appeal of the penny, made the 1988 misaligned penny an irresistible object for collectors. But what made this penny even more remarkable was its connection to the larger story of U.S. currency. The penny, in its various forms, has been a constant in the lives of Americans for over 200 years. It has seen countless changes in the nation's economy, witnessed historical events, and become an integral part of the American experience. To own a rare and unique example of this enduring symbol of American currency is not just about the monetary value, it is also about holding a piece of history. As the years went by, the price of the 1988 misaligned penny continued to rise. What had started as a coin worth just 1 cent now had a price tag in the tens of thousands of dollars. Eventually, the highest auction prices for these rare pennies reached $137,000, a truly remarkable amount for a coin that had once been worth only a fraction of that. So, what exactly made the 1988 penny worth such an extraordinary sum? There are several factors at play. First, there is the rarity of the misaligned die error. The number of 1988 pennies with this error is extremely limited, which makes them highly sought after by collectors. The scarcity of the coin adds to its allure, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for the opportunity to own such a rare specimen. Second, the condition of the penny plays a significant role in determining its value. As with all collectibles, the better the condition of the coin, the more valuable it is. The 1988 misaligned die penny that is in mint condition, with minimal wear and no visible damage, commands the highest prices on the market. Coins in excellent condition are seen as the ultimate prize for collectors, which further drives up the demand and the value of these rare pennies. Finally, the historical and cultural significance of the penny itself cannot be overstated. The penny, with its portrait of Abraham Lincoln and the Lincoln Memorial, has become a symbol of American history and heritage. To own a rare and valuable penny from a pivotal year in American numismatics is to possess a piece of the nation's past, and that makes the 1988 misaligned penny even more desirable. In conclusion, the 1988 1-cent penny is a stunning example of how a simple coin, struck with a minting error, can become a rare and valuable treasure. What was once an ordinary penny has now become a highly sought-after collectible worth an astounding $137,000. For collectors, the 1988 misaligned penny represents more than just a valuable piece of currency, it is a piece of history, a testament to the unpredictability of the minting process, and a symbol of the fascinating world of coin collecting. So, the next time you find a penny in your pocket or on the ground, take a moment to examine it closely. You just might be holding onto something far more valuable than you ever imagined. In 1991, the United States Mint produced a seemingly ordinary 1-cent penny that would go on to capture the fascination of coin collectors and enthusiasts around the world. At the time, no one could have predicted that a single penny from that year would eventually become worth an extraordinary $130,000. How did this seemingly insignificant piece of copper evolve into a coveted item, one that now commands such an impressive value in the world of numismatics? To understand this incredible transformation, we need to explore the history of the penny, the intricacies of its design, the minting process, and the factors that would eventually elevate the 1991 penny to the status of a rare and valuable treasure. Let's begin by delving into the historical context of the penny and the role it plays in American currency. The 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, has been a staple of the U.S. economy for over 2 centuries. First introduced in 1793, the penny was created to provide a simple and efficient way for Americans to make small transactions. Over the years, the design of the penny has undergone various changes, but one thing has remained constant: the image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front, of the coin. In 1909, the U.S. Mint began featuring Lincoln's portrait on the penny, a design created by the artist Victor David Brenner. This decision marked a significant departure from the previous designs, which had featured other symbols of American identity. Lincoln's portrait would go on to become one of the most iconic images in American coinage, representing not only the man who led the nation through the Civil War but also the values of freedom, equality, and perseverance that he stood for. This design has remained in use for over a century, making the penny a symbol of both American history and culture. In 1959, the reverse side of the penny was updated to feature the Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to Lincoln's legacy. Designed by Frank Gasparo, this image became a fixture of the penny for the next several decades. For most people, these two designs, the portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, became the defining features of the penny, representing continuity and tradition in American coinage. Fast forward to 1991, and the penny had undergone relatively little change in design since the 1950s. The 1991 penny, like all pennies produced that year, bore the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. However, this seemingly ordinary coin was destined for a much more remarkable fate, one that would elevate its status far beyond its intended role as a simple form of currency. While most people likely gave little thought to the 1991 penny, some keen-eyed collectors began to take notice of a very specific anomaly that would soon make this coin a highly coveted item in the world of numismatics. As with many other coins, the U.S. Mint occasionally makes errors during the minting process. These errors can range from slight misalignments to more dramatic flaws, such as double strikes, off-center impressions, and missing elements in the design. Sometimes, these mistakes go unnoticed and the coins are released into circulation. In other cases, the errors are caught before the coins ever leave the mint. It was one of these errors, a particularly rare and distinctive minting flaw, that would elevate the 1991 penny to the status of a highly valuable collector's item. The error in question was a misaligned die, a flaw that caused the design of the penny to appear off-center or distorted. In this case, a handful of 1991 pennies were struck with the die misaligned, resulting in coins that were visually distinct from the others produced that year. This minting error was not immediately recognized by the general public, but as collectors began to scrutinize their pennies more closely, they began to spot the anomaly. Minting errors, like the misaligned die, are highly prized in the world of coin collecting. Even minor mistakes can make a coin rare, unique, and immensely valuable. The rarity of the misaligned 1991 penny, combined with its distinctive appearance, quickly caught the attention of numismatists and collectors. These collectors knew that finding a coin with such an error was an exciting opportunity, one that could greatly increase the value of their collection. The rarity of the misaligned die penny, however, was just one factor that contributed to its rising value. Condition plays a critical role in determining the worth of a coin, and the 1991 misaligned die pennies that were found in mint condition became even more highly sought after. Coins that have been well preserved, with minimal wear and no visible damage, are far more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated. A misaligned die penny in near mint condition could fetch a significantly higher price than one that showed signs of use.as. Word spread about the 1991 misaligned die penny. The demand for these rare coins began to rise. Collectors eagerly searched through their change and examined their penny collections, hoping to find one of these unusual error coins. As the rarity of the misaligned die penny became more widely recognized, its value continued to climb. What was once a simple penny, worth just 1 cent, had now become a coin that collectors were willing to pay hundreds, even thousands, of dollars for. The real turning point for the 1991 misaligned die penny came when it began appearing at auctions. Auction houses, which specialize in the sale of rare and valuable collectibles, became a key platform for the sale of these error pennies. As these rare coins made their way into the hands of collectors, their prices continued to rise. The finest examples of the 1991 misaligned die penny, those that were in excellent condition and showed minimal wear, began to attract attention from serious numismatists and investors. The highest auction prices for the 1991 misaligned die penny reached extraordinary heights, with some specimens selling for up to $130,000. This was an astonishing amount for a coin that had originally been minted to be worth just 1 cent. The rising value of the penny reflected not only its rarity but also its appeal to collectors who were eager to own a piece of American history, albeit a small and seemingly humble 1-cent coin. The story of the 1991 penny exemplifies how even the most ordinary items can acquire extraordinary value when they are rare, unique, and tied to a rich history. The 1991 misaligned die penny is an excellent example of how coin collecting is about much more than simply accumulating money. For collectors, it's about discovering rare and unusual items, learning about the history of the coins, and building a collection that tells a unique story. The 1991 penny represents a fascinating chapter in the ongoing story of American currency, and its value reflects both the rarity of the coin and the passion of the collectors who pursue it. So, what makes the 1991 penny worth $130,000? It is the combination of rarity, condition, and historical significance that makes this particular coin so valuable. The misaligned die error, which caused the coin's design to appear off-center, is what sets it apart from the millions of other pennies struck that year. Add to that the fact that only a limited number of these error pennies were produced, and it's easy to see why collectors would be willing to pay a premium for the chance to own one. The value of the 1991 misaligned die penny is a reminder of the unpredictable and exciting nature of coin collecting. What began as a simple mistake during the minting process has evolved into one of the most valuable and sought-after coins in the world. For those lucky enough to own a 1991 misaligned die penny, it serves as both a symbol of the intricacies of the minting process and a testament to the enduring appeal of rare and unique coins. In conclusion, the 1991 1-cent penny is a fascinating example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can become a valuable and treasured collectible. With a current value of $130,000, the 1991 misaligned die penny stands as a testament to the world of coin collecting and the excitement that comes with finding rare and unique items. For collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts alike, the story of the 1991 penny is a reminder that sometimes, even the smallest and most unassuming pieces of currency can carry extraordinary value. So, next time you're holding a penny in your hand, take a moment to appreciate its history. You might just be holding on to a rare treasure worth far more than its face value. In 1998, the U.S. Mint produced millions of 1-cent coins, also known as pennies, which were destined for circulation across the United States. For most people, these pennies were no different than the countless others they encountered in their daily lives. Yet, what many didn't realize was that one particular penny from that year would later become one of the most sought-after and valuable items in the world of numismatics. A seemingly ordinary coin, once worth only 1 cent, would transform into a remarkable collector's item, fetching an astounding $122,000 at auction. How did this happen, and what makes the 1998 1-cent penny worth so much? The story behind this rare penny is a fascinating journey, one that takes us through the history of the coin, the specifics of its design, the unique minting error that led to its extraordinary value, and the allure it holds for collectors today. To understand the significance of the 1998 penny, we need to look at its place in the long history of U.S. coinage. The 1-cent coin has been in circulation since 1793, providing Americans with a means to conduct small transactions. Over the years, the design of the penny has evolved, but one thing remained constant: the image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, front, of the coin. This iconic design, created by Victor David Brenner, was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, and it remains on the penny to this day. For many Americans, the penny's image of Lincoln has come to symbolize not only the man who led the country through the Civil War but also the ideals of freedom, equality, and perseverance. On the reverse, back, of the penny, the design has changed over the years. For the 1998 penny, the reverse featured the Lincoln Memorial, which had been the standard design since 1959. Designed by Frank Gasparo, the Lincoln Memorial reverse depicted the famous monument in Washington, D.C., as a tribute to Lincoln's legacy and leadership. This design was meant to honor Lincoln's impact on American history, and it became one of the most recognized symbols on U.S. coins. The 1998 penny, just like every other year's issue, was mass-produced by the U.S. Mint in large quantities to meet the needs of the American public. The 1998 pennies were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints and released into circulation, where they would go unnoticed by most people, who saw them as nothing more than a small, copper-colored coin. However, little did anyone know that among the millions of pennies minted in 1998, a select few would contain an error that would make them highly coveted by collectors. These error coins, produced by the U.S. Mint, are often what elevate an otherwise ordinary coin to the status of a rare and valuable collectible. In the world of numismatics, a minting error can significantly increase a coin's value. Common errors include double strikes, die misalignments, off-center strikes, and various other imperfections that arise during the minting process. These mistakes, though often small, make the affected coins unique, and their rarity drives up demand among collectors. The 1998 penny is no exception, with a particular error that would soon become the focal point of collectors' interest. The key to the 1998 penny's value lies in a unique and rare minting flaw: a double die error. A double die occurs when the die used to strike the coin is improperly aligned, resulting in the design being imprinted on the coin more than once. This error produces a visible doubling effect on certain parts of the design, such as Lincoln's image, the inscription, Liberty, or even the year, 1998. The double die error makes the coin stand out from the others, and the presence of this error makes it highly desirable for numismatists. But how rare is this double die error? The number of 1998 pennies that were struck with this error is extremely limited. As with most minting errors, only a small fraction of the coins produced each year are affected. In this case, only a handful of 1998 pennies with the double die error made their way into circulation, and even fewer of them have been preserved in excellent condition. This rarity is a key factor in the high value of the 1998 double die penny. When these error coins first began to surface in the coin collecting community, they didn't immediately cause a stir. After all, minting errors, while rare, are not unheard of, and collectors typically examine their coins for unique features or flaws that might make them more valuable. However, as more collectors discovered the 1998 double die penny and realized its significance, demand for these coins began to rise. What was once a low-value, everyday coin became a highly coveted item, sought after by collectors around the world. For numismatists, the rarity of a minting error plays a huge role in determining its value. The fact that only a small number of 1998 pennies with the double die error exist, combined with the increasing interest in these rare specimens, led to an uptick in the coin's value. The condition of the coin also greatly impacts its price. A penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, with sharp, clear details and minimal signs of wear, is far more valuable than one that has been heavily circulated. The better the condition of the 1998 double die penny, the higher the price it commands in the marketplace. As interest in the 1998 penny grew, so did its value. The rare double die error, combined with the coin's historical significance and the increasing demand from collectors, made the 1998 penny one of the most sought-after error coins of its time. Auction houses, where rare coins are often sold to the highest bidder, became the venue where these valuable pennies were traded. As these error coins made their way to auction, their value skyrocketed. A coin that originally cost only 1 cent to produce was now being sold for tens of thousands of dollars, and in some cases, even more. In fact, some 1998 double die pennies have sold for an astonishing $122,000 at auction. This dramatic increase in value is a testament to the rarity and desirability of these coins. For collectors, owning a 1998 double die penny is not only about the monetary value, it's about owning a piece of history. It's about holding a rare and unique item that tells a story of the minting process, the occasional mistakes that occurred during production, and the journey that this particular penny took from being an everyday coin to a prized collectible. What makes the 1998 double die penny even more remarkable is the fact that it represents a rare glimpse into the complexity of the U.S. Mint's production process. While most pennies are struck with precision and consistency, the occasional error reveals the intricacies of the minting process that even the most experienced numismatists and mint employees can't always predict. The 1998 double die penny, with its distinctive design flaw, stands as a reminder that even small mistakes can have a profound impact on the value of a coin and its place in history. So, what is it about this particular 1998 penny that makes it worth such a large sum? It all comes down to the rarity of the double die error, the exceptional condition of the coin, and the passionate interest of collectors who are always on the lookout for rare and unique specimens. With only a few of these error pennies in existence and a growing demand for them, the 1998 double-die penny has become a prized possession for those in the numismatic world. The story of the 1998 penny is a prime example of how the world of coin collecting is filled with surprises. A coin that many people would have dismissed as just another penny is now worth an extraordinary amount, thanks to a rare minting error that made it stand out from the rest. For collectors, the 1998 double-die penny is a reminder that even the most common of items can hold tremendous value when they are rare, unique, and connected to the history of American currency. As the value of the 1998 double-die penny continues to climb, it serves as a symbol of the excitement and allure of the world of coin collecting. For those who are fortunate enough to own one, the 1998 penny is not just a piece of currency, it's a rare and valuable treasure that has withstood the test of time. With a current value of $122,000, the 1998 double-die penny remains one of the most coveted coins in the numismatic world, a shining example of how even the smallest and seemingly most insignificant coins can turn into priceless collectibles. So, the next time you encounter a penny, take a moment to inspect it closely. You never know what hidden treasure might be waiting for you. In 2002, the U.S. Mint produced one of the most intriguing and valuable 1-cent pennies in history, although most people at the time likely never gave it a second thought. What was once a simple, copper-colored coin worth just 1 cent has now become a highly sought-after treasure in the world of coin collecting. What is it about the 2002 1-cent penny that makes it so special? How did a seemingly ordinary penny rise to a remarkable value of $112,000? To answer these questions, we need to dive into the fascinating history, design, and minting details of the 2002 penny and explore the events that made this humble coin one of the most coveted collectibles on the market today. The history of the 1-cent coin in the United States dates back to 1793, when it was first introduced as part of the country's early coinage system. At that time, pennies were made from copper and featured a variety of designs. Over the years, the penny underwent several changes, but one thing remained constant: the penny was meant to be an accessible and practical form of currency, allowing Americans to make small transactions with ease. While the penny's role in everyday transactions may have remained largely unchanged, the value of certain pennies has fluctuated dramatically depending on their rarity, design, and unique characteristics. Fast forward to 1909, and the penny underwent one of the most significant design changes in its history. The U.S. Mint, in commemoration of Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, introduced the image of the 16th president on the obverse front of the coin. This design, created by artist Victor David Brenner, marked the beginning of a new era for the penny. Lincoln's likeness, along with the words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," became iconic symbols on American coinage. Lincoln's portrait has remained on the 1-cent coin ever since, making the penny one of the most recognizable coins in the world. For the reverse, back, of the penny, the design changed once again in 1959. This time, the U.S. Mint unveiled the image of the Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to Lincoln's leadership and his lasting legacy. Designed by Frank Gasparo, the Lincoln Memorial reverse design was used for decades, and it became synonymous with the penny for generations. The Lincoln Memorial design would remain on the reverse of the penny until 2009, when the U.S. Mint celebrated the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth by releasing a series of new reverse designs. However, the 2002 penny, unlike some of its more recent counterparts, was struck with the traditional Lincoln Memorial reverse design. At the time, it was simply another in a long line of regular-issue pennies that circulated in American communities. Yet, as is often the case with rare and valuable coins, a seemingly ordinary penny from this year would eventually capture the attention of collectors around the world. The 2002 penny is a perfect example of how a coin can rise in value through a combination of factors. The first, of course, is its inherent rarity, which stems from a unique minting error that made some 2002 pennies particularly valuable. Minting errors are mistakes made during the production process, and they can dramatically affect the appearance and, consequently, the value of a coin. For collectors, a minting error represents an opportunity to own a one-of-a-kind piece of history, often driving up demand and increasing the coin's market value. The specific minting error that makes the 2002 penny so valuable is an error known as the double die phenomenon. A double die occurs when the die used to strike a coin is improperly aligned or imprinted multiple times during the minting process. This results in a coin that has a noticeable doubling effect on certain areas of the design, such as the inscriptions or images. In the case of the 2002 penny, the double die error caused certain details, particularly in the inscriptions on the coin's obverse, to appear twice, creating a distorted or doubled effect. This doubled die error wasn't widespread, and only a small number of 2002 pennies were struck with this flaw. As a result, these error pennies became rare and highly desirable to coin collectors. In the world of numismatics, error coins are often among the most valuable because they represent a mistake in the minting process that is not replicated elsewhere. In some cases, the error may be subtle, but in others, it is glaringly obvious, as was the case with the 2002 double die penny. When the first double die 2002 pennies were discovered, they were met with excitement and enthusiasm from collectors. The rarity of the error, combined with the coin's historical significance as a regular issue of the U.S. Mint, made it highly appealing to numismatists. Soon, collectors were scouring their penny jars and checking their change for the elusive double die penny, knowing that they could potentially strike it rich with a coin worth far more than its face value. As word spread about the rarity and value of the 2002 double die penny, demand for these coins skyrocketed. The penny, once seen as little more than pocket change, quickly became one of the most sought-after error coins on the market. Collectors and investors alike recognized that the value of the 2002 double die penny was only going to increase over time, especially as fewer and fewer of these coins were found. As a result, many of these error pennies were sold at auction for ever-increasing prices. So, what makes the 2002 double die penny worth such a staggering amount? In addition to its rarity, the condition of the coin plays a crucial role in determining its value. Like many error coins, the 2002 double die penny is most valuable when it is in pristine, uncirculated condition. A well-preserved penny with sharp details and minimal signs of wear is worth far more than one that has been heavily circulated and shows obvious signs of use. As collectors began to recognize the value of the 2002 double die penny, they sought out the best examples of the coin, willing to pay top dollar for those in exceptional condition. The auction market, where rare coins like the 2002 double die penny often change hands, became the place to find these valuable coins. As more and more collectors entered the market, prices for the 2002 double die penny soared. The highest auction prices for these coins reached astounding figures, with some examples selling for as much as $112,000. This price was a far cry from the penny's original value, and it served as a testament to how a single error in the minting process could transform an ordinary coin into a priceless treasure. The story of the 2002 double die penny is a powerful reminder of the unpredictability of coin collecting. What was once seen as a small, insignificant piece of currency has now become an object of immense value. The value of the 2002 penny is driven by its rarity, the interest of collectors, and its unique place in the history of U.S. coinage. As the years go by, the 2002 double die penny remains a shining example of how seemingly ordinary coins can turn into extraordinary collectibles. The story of the 2002 penny also underscores the importance of the collector's eye. Often, the most valuable coins are not those that are easily spotted by the untrained eye. Instead, it takes a knowledgeable collector to recognize the subtle details that make a coin valuable. In the case of the 2002 double die penny, it was the careful attention of collectors who spotted the minting error that allowed these rare coins to be removed from circulation and preserved for future generations. As the value of the 2002 double die penny continues to rise, it serves as a symbol of the fascinating world of numismatics, where the unexpected can happen and a simple penny can become a rare and highly prized collectible. With a current value of $112,000, the 2002 double die penny is a true treasure in the world of coin collecting, a reminder that even the most unassuming coins can hold incredible value. So, the next time you reach into your pocket and pull out a penny, take a moment to appreciate the possibility that the seemingly ordinary coin in your hand could be hiding an extraordinary story, and potentially a significant fortune.